G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. So, I think we're about 1 or 2 days away from OTA. So, I wanted to catch up on some quick news, some Pittsburgh Steelers news, and also some league news. So, in today's episode, if you guys have the time, hit that like, hit that sub, do all the YouTube stuff. But if you have the time, we're going to go through the updated Pittsburgh Steelers roster. Apparently, Steelers have cut some players and signed a player. I'm going to look into the Thursday night stuff. I don't agree with it, by the way, but we'll jump into some Thursday night football. They can reschedule games within 28 days notice. We'll talk about QB3 and my final thoughts on Big Ben. And by the way, I mean QB3. I mean by they can now act as a emergency quarterback. Anyways, let's start it off with some roster news. And I hope you guys are doing well. It's your Monday in America, right? So we had some news this morning. Now, this is going to happen a lot, though, guys. To be very honest, it's going to happen a lot over the next 2-3 months. We're going to have guys be cut, signed. It's just all part of the process. So, Steelers have made multiple roster moves on Monday, signing linebacker Toby. I'm going to butcher these names. Toby Ndukwe, and releasing linebackers Tay Crowder, Amiki Egbule, I think, and running back Master Teague. So, for me, the most surprising one, I think, is Master Teague. I thought he might have a shot to make the roster or have a good camp. I talked about that yesterday or today in Steelers Touchdown Under with Matty Peverill. Now, I've seen a few highlights of Teague, but we still need that third down running back. So he's been cut. Now, there's a possibility these guys can come back. There's a big possibility. So they've released a linebacker, Tay Crowder and Amiki Egbule, and signed another one. I think he's an undrafted guy. I'm pretty sure. So it says here, Ndukwe took part in the Steelers rookie camp based on a tryout basis, played at Sam Houston State in 2002. He played 8 games in Sam Houston, starting all of them, had 34 tackles, 19 solo, 10 tackles for a loss, 5 quarterback hits, 2 pass breakups, 1 interception, half a sack. Played in 43 games, and he had 26 tackles and 6 tackles for a loss while at SMU, right? So he can play. These guys can play. But we've got to wait, guys. We need to wait to see what happens in OTAs and minicamp and training camp coming up. But that's the news to start off the show, is Toby Ndukwe is signed, and the other three blokes have been released. Now, let's keep this train moving. I saw some information about Thursday night football, right, as I shake my pen for no reason. And this stuff's all about money, right? All about money. Check this out. So the proposal was, and it's been passed now, but as I go to the source that is Yahoo, and I might try and link this in the description, says here the proposal will carry out some of the same restrictions the games flexed in and out of the Sunday night slot have already have. Flex are only permitted during the 5 eligible weeks of the regular season from 13 to 17. Thursday night football, right? Isn't on week 18. So, and only no more than 2 games can be flexed, which is good. But I also want to add that NFL team owners, including the Giants, John Mara, and Pittsburgh Steelers, Art Rooney, didn't vote for this, right? Now, when you look at it, games can now be flexed with at least 28 days notice. And it had here that 24 out of 32 votes, I think, was yes, and there was 8 no. So 24 said yes, and 8 owners, including Rooney, said no. But games must now be flexed with at least 28 days notice, right? But I have a big problem with this, because if you look to the schedule, the Steelers have a Week 14 matchup Thursday night. Now, let's put it this way. Say, for instance, at this point in time, Week 14, the Steelers aren't doing very well. They're not primetime caliber anymore. New England Patriots aren't. And you have a game like Chiefs versus someone else who are primetime for Thursday football, they can change that. Now, I know some people are probably thinking, damn, what if I book my tickets to go to the Patriots, to verse the Patriots, go to home, visit Heinz Field, go to Pittsburgh for the first time, and you're going to change that. That is my biggest problem with all this. There's so much money they're trying to make out of it. But imagine booking yourself, if you live in America, like most of the audience here does, 85% of you guys from America, want to check my stats, right? You're planning your trip to go to Pittsburgh, your holiday, and they give you 28 days notice, and next minute you can't see the game that you booked tickets for, and it changed to a Sunday, and you have work on a Sunday, you have work on a Monday. It's absolutely ludicrous. Once the schedule comes out, it should be set. Because also, fans like myself, if I had the coin and I chose that matchup, and my only timing to be in Pittsburgh was to be that Thursday night, and that exact time I had to be there for that game, then everything changes. If they say a month before, by the way, your team's not playing good football, nor are the Patriots, we're going to move you back to Sunday 1 p.m. Well, what if on my schedule that I booked out that stadium, Heinz Field, to see my team play for the first time? If you are seeing your team for the first time, then it's got to move to Sunday. You've got to not only change your flight plans, your travel, you've got to change your hotels, you have to change your work, you have to change everything. Everything. So I don't agree with it. I think it's ludicrous and stupid, but that's just the world we live in. We live surrounding by stupid things. It's just what it is. So if the Steelers do get moved out and you have booked your tickets to go see the Patriots on a Thursday night, and then next minute it's a Sunday, and you can't make that Sunday, that's your problem, not the NFL's. So I don't agree with that. Right? I don't agree with that. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about that. I think it's dumb, but here we are. They can flex any games from week 13 to week 17, but we have one of them week 14. So you might see that happen. Now, my last point in this catch-up news before OTAs, and I'm also going to give some final thoughts on Big Ben. Right, we're going to do quarter one was Pittsburgh Steelers roster. Quarter two was Thursday night game. Quarter three is quarterback number 3 has now been addressed that the Steelers can have, or the NFL can locate and identify a quarterback number 3 for emergencies, right? Now, I will read a bit of this. It's a bit wordy, as I say goodbye to myself. It's a bit wordy, right? But here's the official language from NFL.com. So it says here, 1 hour and 30 minutes prior to kickoff, each club is required to establish its active list for the game. We know that. You say your 53-man roster, yada, yada, yada. It goes on to say elevated players are not eligible for designation. So who will be eligible will be activated during the game. If the club's first 2 quarterbacks on its game day activated list are not able to participate in the game due to injury or disqualification, activation cannot be a result of the head coach in-game decision to remove a player from the game due to performance or conduct. If either of injured quarterbacks are cleared by medical staff to return to play, the emergency third quarterback must be removed from the game and is not permitted to continue to play quarterback or any other position, but is eligible to return to the game to play quarterback if another emergency situation arises. Now, it says here a club is not eligible to use these procedures if it carries 3 quarterbacks on its game day active 47 or 48 players. Now, the thing is, with the whole quarterback 3 thing, for me, there's now a good reason why the Steelers went and got Mason Rudolph. He's got starting experience, but also with the quarterback 3, now bringing back the break the glass emergency, in case of emergency, I don't think any teams will carry 3 active on game day. Does that make sense? I don't think any teams will. Why would you waste a roster spot when if your 2 players go down, bang, bang, quarterback 1, bang, bang, quarterback 2, they go down, then you have to rely on now quarterback 3. Now, you can still dress. NFL teams can still dress that quarterback number 3, but why would you waste that roster spot now that you have the act there in case the 2 go down, you can throw the 3rd guy in. Now, when that QB1 or QB2 is able to participate and he can play, if he hurts his arm for a few series, the moment he's allowed to go back in, he has to go back in. So I think now the signing of Mason Rudolph coming back to the team for 1-year deal makes a lot of sense. He's going to wear the uniform, but you only need him if you have to use him. If Kenny goes down, knock on wood. If Mitch goes down, knock on wood, then you have Mason Rudolph as backup. And we should only see him as backup if something crazy happens in a game where you lose both backs. which I don't really see happening. Now, that's quarter three. Quarter four. My final thoughts on Big Ben. Now, I've been looking around Twitter. I know it's been a long episode, but it's good to rant sometimes and get stuff off your chest. I've been looking around Twitter and I've been reading my comments, and I tell you what, I just don't think it's that bad. I really don't think it's that bad. I said in my video yesterday, so I'll do a quick summarization. With this stuff with Big Ben, he was honest enough to say to Kenny Pickett that when I first saw you take over, I didn't want to root for you. I kind of wanted to see you. He didn't say fail. There are some people out there saying that Big Ben told him to fail. He didn't say fail. He just said, Big Ben said, I didn't want him to ball out, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. When you go and start a new job or you're leaving your old job and you walk past your old job and you think, oh man, I used to do that. I used to be the cashier on that desk. I used to be the best person there. I was the best bartender there. For me, when I was a bartender, I was the best bartender there. And you walk past the same bar and you see someone else doing your job and nothing's changed. You go, oh, do they even need me? Do they need me? So to summarize everything, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. What Big Ben said was honest. And if that's anything, that's what you want in life, to be honest. And he told Kenny to his face. And it's also not that bad. If you watch the full 2 minutes, you'll see that he was at the start saying, I didn't want you to succeed. And near the end, he's like, I can't wait to watch you play. Anyways, that's my 4 quarters. Pittsburgh Steelers news, the roster, the Thursday night game, and QB3, and my final thoughts on Ben. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, your Monday evening, and I'll see you guys next time.